For either of you, what does it feel to end a three-game losing streak in such a commanding fashion like this?
It feels great, especially with the tournament coming up. We want to have some type of momentum going into the tournament, and this was a big win for us.
Jordan, with 26 points tonight, 5 of 7 from three-pointers, what would you say you had going for you tonight?
Just believing in myself. The past couple games, I haven't been shooting as great. My teammates been picking me up, telling me to keep shooting, and just always thinking positive.
Would you say you kind of felt some type of rhythm in yourself like early in the game after you got a couple of shots?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like once I see the ball go in one or two times early, I feel like I'm in a rhythm, I'm in a flow.
There in the second half, Jordan, you come up, you hit a three, and then teammate hits a three, and then you hit a second three, which is three quick three-pointers to start the second half. What was it like making two of those three and just having a three-pointers made like that to kind of propel the second half the way it did?
Just giving us that energy. Our team our whole team can shoot very very well. So with whoever you just said who just hit that three, just quick shots, good shots. If you can hit it, just shoot it.
Isaiah with 18 points tonight, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 6 of 13 field goals. What would you say you had going for you tonight?
Shoot, just whatever the team needs. I feel like as a point guard, you got to do whatever the team needs. So earlier in the first half, my team needed a little spark. So, I scored the ball second half. It was a little drop off, but, I just did the team my needs, be a point guard, got my teammates involved.
Would you say there was any type of maybe frustration or some people on the team upset after the way that road trip went and to be able to come back and have a big win on this first day of the homestand?
We had a chip on our shoulder. You never want to lose 3 in a row, especially in conference. So, that just, made us play a little harder. Like I said, you don't want to lose 3, so we knew we had to come back home and get this one.
The team has gone through a lot this year. Now back to 500 at 15-15. Would you say to win a game like this by this margin kind of shows that this team is much better than the record shows?
Oh, most definitely. Like you said, we've had a lot of things go on this year, a lot of adversity, but, we're going to continue to keep our head high and stay positive. And, this is what it looks like when, we're all going and, we play together.
Would you say there was some type of message at halftime with how you held the lead through the first half? Omaha got to 2 at one point, then to come out and just dominate the second half. Was there some type of message said at halftime, or did things just click in the second half?
Yeah, for sure. We haven't really put 2 halves together the last couple games. So coach is like, let's put 2 halves together. We played well the first half, and we wanted to keep it rolling in the second half. So I feel like that was the message.
Would you say you and your teammates felt some type of spark to shoot a lot of threes in the second half, or is that just kind of the shots that happened to be open and you shot them and made them?
True.
I feel like that's just the shot that was open. We just take whatever the defense gives us. If that's a three, that's a three. If that's a drive, that's a drive. So whatever the defense was giving us, that's what we were taking tonight.
It could be for either you, Cameron Friends. He's been a big scorer for the team. He just has 6 points tonight. Is it in any way cool for both of you to say that you still won a game by 27 or 17, I think it was, on 27, to have a big scoring night with him just scoring 6 points?
Yeah, Cam's a big part of the team. Like I said, I feel like anybody on our team can have a good game. Today, Cam got in a little bit of foul trouble, so we knew we all had to step up, and I think that's what we did tonight.
Now with South Dakota State up next on senior day, it'll be a big game, a big rivalry. What do you think a win like this does to go into a game like that?
Sure, that's what we needed. Like you said, big game, next game, and just getting this win really just, showed us like what we can do and what we can do this next game. So, it's a big game, so this really did help for us.
Is the opportunity to sweep South Dakota State something that's on you and your teammates' mind?
Of course.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
And what do you think it would mean for the team and the program to have a sweep over South Dakota State with how they've kind of won more of the series lately?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you never want to go into the season, think you're finna lose to somebody. So, like you said, they have the, I guess, upper hand. But, this year, the sweep is definitely something that we're looking for.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to Marcus. Marcus does a phenomenal job. He organized the Black History game, obviously 100 years. Pretty special deal. I'm a big history guy, and you go back to 1966 with Texas Western, starting all black starting lineup, kind of changed our game. The first pro team, New York Wrens, there's actually an AAU program called the New York Wrens out of New York, first all black pro team. And then, the secret game that was between, I think it was North Carolina Central and Duke Medical School. So it was an all black team from North Carolina Central and an all white team from Duke Medical School. And, all those, and there's more, but obviously it changed the game of basketball, for the best. So really happy to have this game. Really thankful for Marcus for putting this on. Vermillion, a lot of people don't know what to really expect when they come here, especially for recruiting visits. And I think everybody leaves and they just feel at home, no matter where they're from. We've had kids visit from Africa, Europe, any part of the country, California, New York, you name it. We've had kids visit and they leave here. And I think that's just a huge deal for our community to make these guys feel at home. So thank you, Marcus, for putting this on. It's a huge hit every single year. Can be more thankful that we get to host it. So about the game, I told our team we're finally a two-half team. It's been a while since we've been able to play two solid halves. Omaha's a good team. Did I think it was going to go that way? I hoped it would, but I didn't think it would go that way. They've been playing really well. They've been tough. They've been physical. They've kind of been punking teams where they just come out and just, throw the ball in the post, drive them, get to the rim. And I thought we handled kind of everything that they threw at us. And obviously proud of our team. It's always hard to sweep a team, throughout the conference season. So really proud of our team for that. Most proud of our bench. I didn't start Silas, and Silas has been starting for how many games. And I knew we needed to make a change because we needed to get something off our bench. And I know that Silas is going to come in every single time with a great attitude, super positive guy. He's not going to change whether he comes off the bench or starts. He gave us a huge lift. He was plus 21, best on our team off the bench, and then our bench had 16 rebounds. So I thought our bench was great tonight. And, with Cam in foul trouble, Jake in foul trouble, obviously the bench I thought was the difference in the game. So, you can look at Jordan had a great game, Uzi had a great game. Vince played well, but I thought our bench was the X factor.
Overall, every player that played on the court tonight scored at least a basket. What would you say it's like having a balanced team effort like that? You want that, especially going into the final stretch. You get into the conference tournament and you're trying to win 3 games in 3 days, and every game's going to be different. You don't know if someone's going to be in foul trouble. You don't know if someone, knock on wood, would get injured, or anything can happen. So I think that's important, that you can rely on your bench. And, we expect our starters to be good. That's why they're starters. But when you have a good bench, obviously that lifts you, and especially in a tournament setting too. Omaha kind of hung in there in the first half, ending the first half on a 13-5 run. Do you think that in any way maybe compelled the way the second half went with how you just kind of took off in the second half? Yeah, I mean, you go into halftime up 10, you feel pretty good. I know we kind of let it slip a little bit, but no, we were just focused on, we told our guys, just play 4-minute segments. And you might not win every 4-minute segment, but if you win a majority of them, you're going to win the game. And so I've been trying not to look at we talk about we're a 2-half team, but how do you become a 2-half team? By just focusing on the next 4 minutes, and getting guys to play well. I said this in the pregame radio deal. We have Jesse and Vince coming back that never played with Silas and Trent, so they're on the floor together, and it's a different chemistry thing. And those guys just have to keep playing more together to develop that chemistry. And obviously, every game I think they get better. And there in the second half, there were 3. The first 3 threes were made. Jordan made 2 of them. How do you think that just kind of compelled the second half with how the team just kind of ran away with the game? Yeah, Jordan. I call Jordan the microwave. When he makes one, I look at our offensive coordinator. I'm like, get him another shot, because usually he can make a couple in a row and really get us going. And when you can make some threes like that, it allows you to separate a little bit, and obviously that did. And then just gets the bench going, gets the crowd going, especially at home. I said this. On social media, we played 1 home game since January 31st. That's been brutal for our guys. So, you go on this last road trip, and more adversity happened, but we really haven't been at home. And, anytime you can get the crowd going and develop some momentum into the conference tournament, it's a huge deal. With how Omaha was able to keep the game close and hang in there, throughout most of the first half. What do you think the difference was between Omaha staying in the game and then being able to pull away from them in the second half?
Yeah, I think we just really tightened up our defense. We made some adjustments, and I thought our team handled everything that we threw at them. Hey, this possession we're going to double the post one time, and we doubled it and we executed it. And sometimes we're not executing it. We don't drop a guy and they get a layup. Or I thought the rebounding piece was huge too. We only got 5 offensive rebounds, but we only gave up 8. And some of the games that we've really struggled in, we've struggled to rebound. So anytime you can get a stop and a rebound, that's the most important thing. And then you can get into your offense. And when your offense is flowing, always helps. But I always feel like when our defense is good, our offense is better.
With how Cameron Fentz had been scoring a lot of points the last few games, what do you think it means for this team for him to just have 6 points tonight and to still have a 17-point win?
Yeah, I told him that after the game. I think a lot of people don't think we can win without Cam. And now, listen, I wouldn't trade Cam for anybody. I want Cam on our team. I think he's really important. Is he going to have a night like this again? I hope not. But I think it showed that other people can play. Like Jake played great off the bench. I had 5 rebounds in 12 minutes. Ethan played a little bit at the 5. We haven't done that in quite a few games. It's probably been almost a month since we've done that. And I think everybody we always talk about being a star in your role. They were a star in their role. Or maybe we're not throwing it inside, but now we're getting paint touches and the ball's moving a little bit quicker. And they're doubling the post anyways, so that's hard for Cam. We knew he probably wasn't going to score 20 points this game because of the way they're guarding him. But it allowed other people to get some opportunities and Jesse to get some confidence. Vince, obviously Uzi played well. Ethan made a shot, you just go right down the line.
In the first half, Fens was 3 for 3 on field goals. It seemed like you were trying to get the ball to him on offense, but it seemed like he was kind of letting the game come to him. He wasn't trying to force anything. Is that what you like to see when defense is trying to hone him?
Yeah, I think the games that we've been bad, like UND, NDSU, I think we've been really stagnant when he doesn't get the ball. And it's like we're just all waiting for him to get the catch, and nobody's moving. And it's like sometimes when it becomes more natural and you're just playing and you're moving the ball and then it finds him, then they can't double or they're not ready to double, and he scores. So, a huge emphasis in the last couple of weeks is like, if he's open, throw it to him. If not, just keep playing. The ball will eventually find him, and that's where he gets his thunder dunks when somebody helps up and they drop it off to him. So I think that's been a huge key. Run the play. If it's not there, don't force it. Just run our offense and let the ball find him.
4 players were in double figures scoring. What do you think that kind of means for this offense, and do you think that's something that might be difficult, or it should be easy for your team to kind of keep a consistency like that going?
Yeah, I don't think they really care. I think they care about winning. So whoever gets the open shot, and those are the best teams. Whoever gets the open shot should take it. And we had some guys that stepped up and made them. So I don't really think I was in double figures, or we had 4 guys in double figures. It might be Silas next game. It might be Ethan making some shots next game. I hope they all do. I hope they're all in double figures, but probably not realistic. And obviously, winning's the most important stat.
I'm sure winning is most important to Jordan, but for him to come in and then have a big game like this, make 5 threes and have 26 points lead scoring, just what do you think that does for him?
Yeah, I mean, I went at him pretty good after Oral Roberts. He was 2 for 6 from the free throw line, and I know he's better than that. That's I get upset with our team, and not like over the top, but like when you get upset with your guys, it's because you have high expectations for them. And you know how good they can be, and when they don't play to that level, then you're semi-disappointed in it. And I'm like, Jordan, you're a good shooter, man. You shouldn't go 2 for 6 from the free throw line. Jordan, you gotta make a shot for us. Like you're our dude. Make some shots. And he responded in a major way. He's just obviously teams are better at home. It gets hard on the road, especially with some of the travel we've been through. But I'm just really proud of him for getting back on the board and making some shots, and hopefully that continues.
With how you said this was the first home game in a while, and the team had been through a hard stretch with 3 straight losing and with the postseason coming close on. Do you think the players kind of saw this game as an opportunity to be back at home and to have a good game like this?
Yeah, I mean, we knew we needed to have a strong week, and I don't know. There's some games tomorrow. We're the only game tonight. A lot has to happen for us to get a 4 seed, but it's still possible. But it's going to come down to South Dakota State, because they're at UMKC. They're picked to win that game by a lot, and then they come here. So if we're tied with them, whoever wins that game is going to get a higher seed. And I think that's a pride thing for those guys. And obviously the higher seed you can get in the tournament, the better chance you have. So I think it's been a long time since we've been home. We played UND kind of mid-month, but the last game before that was January 31st against NDSU. And, I mean, people on the outside don't really realize that. I bet nobody really knew that, but that's a long time not to play at home or only to play one game at home, and that's hard. It's hard to do. So I'm proud of our guys for getting back home, and we knew we needed to win this game. It was an important one for us.
And with the momentum from this game, how do you think it goes with the team of now to get ready for a big game with senior day of South Dakota State in their rivalry?
Obviously better than a loss, but the key is, and we hadn't won a game since we beat South Dakota State at their place, so that was kind of always in the back of my mind, but you just got to keep building on this. I thought we played well. There's a few things to clean up, but I thought we played really well and finally played 2 halves. And we got to continue to do that, not just against South Dakota State. We got to keep getting better so we can try to win 3 games in 3 days.
Is the opportunity to have a sweep over South Dakota State, is that something that you think the team cares much about? Or do you think they just want to keep the good effort and the good energy heading in the postseason? They're just going to view it as a game to win?
I mean, I'm sure they care about it. You never want to lose to South Dakota State. You never want to lose to anybody, really. But we won't talk about it. They know how big this game is for us and the seeding purposes, and it'd be a big game if UMKC was here or St. Thomas was here. It's a huge game either way. Obviously, just a little bit more magnified with the rivalry game and then us winning up there. I told them, on Monday that both these teams we beat on the road, and they're going to come in angry that we beat them at their place, and we're going to get their best effort.
And is there anything in particular you've looked at yet heading into South Dakota State, or would you say the mindset's more of we got a good win and so now we can keep this momentum going and then we can play our game and we can get a win Saturday?
I'll start watching them tonight. I haven't really watched them. Obviously, you just want to keep the momentum going into the next game.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Go Yotes.